Hello, everybody, and welcome to Clumsy Clairvoyance. Thank you for being here. This is the channel where I like to express that the evolutionary growth of your spirituality is accessible to anybody and everybody, even the clumsy, such as I. So, I just want to say thank you for being here with me today. If you are not a subscriber here, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button. That way you do not miss out on future videos. Okay, and if you are a subscriber, thank you so very, very much. I really appreciate you beyond words. Okay, so today's video is going to be really cool. This is almost like a part two to the last video I did. Um, and that one was entitled Tarot Decks Under $25. Okay, so we're going to be running with the theme. This is the second part. This is going to be the Oracle and Lenormand cards. Okay, so we are going to be covering quite a few decks of cards, of Oracle cards. I have some Lenormand, and I have some other little surprise, little quirky things in here too that you guys hopefully will like. And I will also, as we go through the videos, I will make sure that all the links that I have are linked down below. That way, if you guys do want to purchase any of these Oracle or Lenormand decks, that they are readily available for you. Please keep in mind, I'm not sponsored. Oh, what was that, water? I'm not sponsored, and I do not get paid for these videos, but I'm going to be linking that down below, okay? So without further ado, let's dive in to these Oracle cards and Lenormand cards, all under 25 bucks. These actually might even be all under, I want to say 22 or 23 bucks, so even better. All right, guys, welcome back. So starting off with the Oracle cards, we know that Oracle cards, if you don't know, Oracle cards are different from tarot cards. Tarot cards have they have a standard 78 cards with a major and minor arcana, along with court cards, etc. Okay, now Oracle cards are a bit different in the fact that, well, they're way different because there is no set order to how many cards you have, what they have to be about. They do not have to follow a system. They don't even have to follow a theme, even though it is a good idea to do that if you are creating an Oracle deck, okay? So, but I just want to throw that out there just in case there's some of you that aren't clear on a little bit of the difference between tarot and Oracle cards, okay? I love both tarot and Oracle cards. I do love when I'm doing readings for other people. I love to have an Oracle deck with me as well because I feel like a lot of times Oracle cards can really be an opener. They can really bring kind of break that emotional ice and really kind of give us a glimpse of some some of the emotional um, some of the emotional mindsets of the person that we are, perhaps reading for, or if it's someone else, etc. Okay, so without further ado, let's start going through some of these Oracle decks. The very first one is, I want to start with the one that, like, you're just gonna, it's such a wow deal right now on Amazon. This deck right here is something like $9 or $10. It's just something ridiculous. It is so ridiculously on sale, cheap right now, like inexpensive, and it's a good deck. Okay, so not only is it on sale for an amazing price, it's a good deck. I like the deck. Okay, and it comes in a nice box, and it's published by Hay House. Yep, it sure is. So let's open this. It's got a great box, nice hard box. It's got a little heartfelt little thing in there, and we'll go through the cards a little bit just so you guys can see and get an idea. Hold on, let's adjust camera. All right, here is our guidebook. All right, it's a lovely guidebook too. It is a whopping like 120 pages, y'all. And it comes with some really cute spreads. Like, I believe there's a seashell one and a starfish one as well. See right here, the starfish spread. And you could use, I have totally used this spread cross purpose, used it with my tarot cards as well. So if you want to use the spread, you could as well. So let me give you guys a quick gander of these cards. Like I said, a really nice guidebook. Really nice, diverse deck too. Let me say that. This celebrates women in all colors, shapes, and sizes. I appreciate this deck. Okay, so here is our cards. Here's the backs. Very cute, right? Hold on. There we go. So it's got that semi-gloss type of finish. A little bit flimsy, but you get a little snapback, not too much. They're pretty easy to shuffle. They're a little on the bigger side, but they are oracle cards. Okay, so here's, I'm going to let you see some of these cards. Hold on. Here we go. Miracles. Sorry, you guys. I just want a good view for everyone. Very pretty images. Like I said, a lot of this deck really celebrates women in all shapes, sizes, colors, and all diversity. Like, this is a great deck. I was very impressed by this deck. Still am. I've only used it a couple times. I believe it's like the newest one I have as far as yeah, it is the newest one I have as far as Oracle goes. And I think it's actually the last deck I did get, to be honest, if I'm thinking about it. Decisions, and the author goes into more about, you know, each card, what it could mean. But there's just some really great messages here. There's some beautiful imagery. It makes me smile. It's cute, it's refreshing, and you guys, it's like, look how pretty that is. This deck is like $10 or less. I even want to say I got it for like 8. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. Sorry, y'all. Patience. Look at her. Look at her crazy hair. She looks so cute. I love it. Okay, so that's just some of the really amazing illustrations in this deck. So this is a new deck, like I said, but so far so good. I really like it, and it's a steal. That is a steal. If there's, you know, if you're someone who's really on a budget, you need something $10 or less, this is what you guys are gonna want to get. Okay, you'll want to get this Messages from the Mermaids. All right, guys. Next one up is actually I think this might be the first Oracle deck I ever bought, like 2 years back, 3 years, something like that. But a great deck. I love this deck. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie, y'all. And it is from Miss Colette Baron Reed. Whenever we see that name, we kind of know that there's going to be some, there's usually success whenever her decks are created. This is called Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Now, I just want to say that the biggest reason I like this deck, I feel like not only does it come with the guidebook, but the guidebook's definitely a must. I feel like with this Oracle, you do get little explanations on the card, but the guidebook really enlightens you into very much of like the entity of each card and the importance of it. Okay. So, and it's kind of interesting because she has a lot of Oracle cards do not use reversals. She does. She doesn't call it reversal, so she calls it challenge, or a challenge position, challenger position when it comes up in reverse. Okay. Now this is her guidebook. This one's a heavy one too, at around 120 plus pages, and it has, you know, some definitions or some explanations for each card if they show up as an ally or a challenger. Okay. Now this deck's gonna run you probably around between $14 and $16. Very still very inexpensive. A good deal. It's definitely on the budget type of Oracle deck, but a good deck as well. I love this deck. I feel like too, when I need really deep insight, like on myself, self-reflection, I go to this deck. Or if I feel like someone's having you guys could tell too, look, I have nice wear on it. But also, like, if I'm just feeling you know, like I need to get a little bit more to the heart of the issue, then I'll grab this Oracle deck out, pull a few cards, and it seems to lead me right where I want to go every time. Here are the backs. Kind of a neat design, and they look the same from any direction, so you never know how they're going to come up. And they're the same as the last. I kind of like that. Got a little bend back, but it's thin. These are a little bit even bigger than the last cards. I believe these ones can be a little like challenging, but once you get used to shuffling them, they're not too bad. So here's some of the cards. So let's go over these. I want you guys to see some of these. The Well Watcher. So this is card 7, and it gives you a little description underneath. Wisdom, power of the divine. Okay. These are just really, it's a really good deck. I really like this deck. The Dream Walker, card 8. Dreams, the collective good, illusions. The Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations, clarity, card number 25. The Spirit Whisperer, divine guidance, higher knowing. Again, a very nice, diverse deck as well, I'll say. The Winged Wise Ones, angelic hope, miracles aid. The Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, detachment. There's some very just really unique cards in this oracle deck, I must say. The High Lady of Love and Compassion. This one I really like. The Cosmos, creativity, vastness. Card 28, the Ice Queen, ideas preserved, non-action, entitlement. Beautiful cards, good imagery. This one I like too, the Rainbow Prince, compensation, perseverance. These, I recommend this deck really for anyone who wants to get even in touch maybe with their spirit guides, or some deeper level of subconscious, or if they're on their spiritual journey. This is a deck I would just recommend. I feel like it'll hit home for a lot of people who are maybe in a roadblock right now with their spirituality and just need to hear something different. And this is a deck that can really be eye-opening. I will say that this is a very good deck for getting in touch with yourself, and like I said as well, your spirit guides, etc., higher knowing, all that. Okay, so that is Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and it's going to be between somewhere, it can be anywhere between $14 and $16. All right, everyone, up next, this one, the Moonology Oracle cards. These are very popular. I've seen a lot of readers use them, and this is a very popular deck. Once it came out, the Moonology Oracle cards, I mean, it deals with the phases of the moon and coordinates the meanings. It's a beautiful deck. Also a very insightful one. This is a good deck if you are wanting to get a little bit to the subconscious of an issue, or to the subconscious of maybe yourself or whoever you're reading for. This can kind of help get to some issues, or just some messages that either the reader or whoever you're reading for needs to hear, that they might not be aware that they needed to hear it. This is also great to use during any moon cycle, but especially of course the super moons, the full moons, new moons, all of that. It's great to have this deck handy, and it's a beautiful deck, like I said. And I waited a long time for this one to go on sale. I believe it was like $23, which isn't bad for a long time, but now on Amazon, or recently last year, went on sale for anywhere between $13 to $16. You can usually get it for. Okay, so this is Moonology Oracle cards. Hey House, Yasmin Bolin. I'll give you a quick preview of this one. Again, this comes with a great guidebook. Another one that's 120. It comes with a really cool spread as well. And it has spreads for certain moon cycles, which is pretty awesome. Let me find that for you. Like this one, it would be a waxing moon 4-card spread, which I thought was kind of neat. But it's great. I like guidebooks that have, spreads and stuff like that. They can make for fun use of the cards and of good use of them. So let me give you a quick look at these. This is your standard hardcover box. These are not as glossy as the other two, which I can appreciate. This is a good deck just to have in your collection as a tarot or oracle, reader. I consider myself a tarot reader, but guess what? I read all cards, not just tarot, not just oracle, not just Lenormand. There's other cards I read as well. I'll show you some of those later as well. Okay, so like communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Really some beautiful images. I love the backs of these. And this is more of a semi-matte feel. And look, expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. This is a good this is a good deck too, of course, if you're into, you know, astronomy, and you know, or if you work a lot, do a lot of spiritual work with the moon or by the moon with that moon power. Of course, you would love this deck. Have faith in your dreams. Surrender to the divine. Again, another deck that cards are pretty big. They are oracle decks. And like I said, this deck is going to run you anywhere between 15 or yeah, probably between $14 and $17 on Amazon. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next deck. Okay, so this is my favorite, hands down, my favorite oracle deck of the year, or that I received for the year. I don't even know, I don't believe it came out this year, but and it was given to me from a subscriber. It was sent to me. It was sent from Laura, my friend. And thanks, Laura. Shout out. And I fell in love with these oracle cards. I fell in love with them. They're so beautiful. They're so like sweet. And I know that sounds corny, but it's just, these oracle cards just have a really, they got a great feel to them. I love them. I fell in love with this deck. There's something about this deck. And this creator, I noticed, I do have another oracle deck by her, Whispers of the Ocean, I believe it is. And this is by Angela Hartfield. Now, notice her. There's also a Josephine Walsh. She's the one who does all the art work, okay? And she does a amazing job, okay? And this deck, like when I first opened it, it was just like, oh, because the book is so pretty and it's a little bit smaller, but it's so nice. And then you get, look at this, you guys. I swear I still have this paper in here too. It comes with like this beautiful piece of parchment paper. It just makes it feel fancy and nice. The cards are gorgeous, as you can already see. I'm going to pull them out. But this is such a deck about not like your typical just connecting with nature, but like connecting with yourself too, connecting with you know, animals, with your emotions, and also by letting, you know, nature's whispers, as it's called, kind of letting, you know, nature, earth, take away a lot of, you know, pain, or help you with healing that you may have. I feel like this deck can really be a guided deck. You know, this is a deck that can really speak messages to people, not just for yourself if you're reading for yourself, but for others as well. So again, look at the backs. Beautiful, beautiful butterflies, right? This is kind of a matte. These are very large cards, very pretty. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of the art, and you guys will see as I start going through these cards why, you know, they're so attractive and just astonishing. I love these cards. They are also numbered 39. This one says Clear Endeavor. And the messages are direct. They are short but to the point. And there is also a really cute spread in this oracle deck as well that I really do like. Fresh Approach 21. Beautiful, right? I mean, these cards, they can capture me every time I look at them. This this artist, she really is amazing. Card 12, Expansion. If I could recommend one besides, you know, the good deal of the year, but if you want something besides that one, I mean, I'm sure I can recommend all of them. Obviously, I am, but this is one that just, if I want to talk about the one that struck me the most this year, it's this deck. Card 8, Breakthrough. Potential Gateway. This one's really pretty. Acceptance of Love. And as you can see, just a beautiful deck, great messages. If you are a nature lover or an animal lover or a lover of art, it's a very soft, very feminine energy deck. That's how I would describe it. And it's like, it's just a soft deck. It's just a nice deck. It's intriguing as well. Some of this art just will trip you out. Even on some of them, I just sit there and get lost in it. Like, here's one, keep your dreams alive. I mean, you could just go on and on and on looking at the art in some of these. Laughter, this one's so cute. Okay, I'll show you guys one more. Pause, this one's beautiful, strikingly beautiful. Okay, so now this deck's going to run you, last time I did see it on Amazon, I believe it was around $20 or $21. So still right there at the 20 mark though. So you're still catching a deal in my opinion. And this is a deck that is well worth it. You'll love it if you do get this deck. I mean, you'll love it. You'll cherish it. It's a beautiful deck. I have nothing but amazing things to say about the Nature's Whisper Oracle deck. All right, now onward to the next one. All right, you guys. So this will be the last deck for the Oracle cards. And then we will move into a few Lenormands and a few extras I told you about at the beginning of the video. So this is another deck I've had for quite a while. I want to say a year and a half maybe, or maybe not. Somewhere around there, I'm guessing though. And it's Flowers of the Night Oracle. And it's by Charlene Darcy. And I believe she lives somewhere in England. Now this creator of this deck, she is actually, she studies plants and flowers and stuff like that for a living. And she coordinates the plants and flowers of, you know, each species to an emotion, which is really beautiful. She really connects to these plants and these flowers and shows you a connection that's very emotional yet very honest. This is a really good oracle deck if you need some. I find this deck like, extremely honest to the point where it's like sometimes it gives you like that tough love or true love type of reading. That is this deck, the Flowers of the Night Oracle. I feel like it definitely is a deck that will give you messages that you need to hear for sure. Again, another hard covered box, simple but very good. It's a hard box, can't complain. Here is the guide. We have about 100 pages. See, not bad at all. Now, I originally got this deck because I fell in love with the back of the cards because they're so pretty. They really are, though. And then imagery in these cards really are just astounding. I will say that. They really are astounding, and they've become very familiar and comforting. It's a good deck. It's a semi-gloss. It's a little bit thin. But this thing gives a lot of snapback. I barely have any wear on this considering how much I have used it, okay? Now let's look at some of the imagery. Okay, this one's a great one. Look, the transformation. This is the angel's trumpet. Okay, that's the flower. And when you go to the guidebook, you will see that each flower has an affiliation to an emotion. So this one, the angel's trumpet, is transformation, and it goes into deeper meaning as to what transformation can mean given this flower. Now, one thing I want to add, just a little quick note, you see this is the angel's trumpet. The devil's trumpet, which is also in this deck, is right side up, while the angel's trumpet is upside down. I always thought that was kind of funny and unique. Now, this deck will run you, I think it's right around 20 bucks even on Amazon. A beautiful deck. Like this one is Woodland Tobacco. And that has to do with depth. So I'll let you guys look at a few more cards. Okay. Sensitivity. The Night Gladiolus. I just murdered the name of that flower. Sorry. Sensitivity or sensuality. The Damask Violet or Damask Violet. This is the cover card as well. Show you guys a few more. But I love this deck. I love the black. I'm someone who likes all black decks. I really do like black decks, so that's why I was drawn to it. Look at this cute dude. Protection, Clove Pink. Just so you know, the book also goes into the animals that are with or around each flower. And these are animals you will find in the environment where these flowers are found too, which I just found really cool, really neat. I mean, I really learned something from this deck, which is cool. So if you want to expand your mind on something you don't know much about, like me, I don't know much about plants and flowers, this was a really fun deck to dive into. I gotta admit, it really was. Power, Queen of the Night. Some really great imagery here, really is. Even especially for it being like a botanical slash animal type of deck, it really strikes some emotions. I have to say that it has there's something that captures emotions well from this deck, especially like I said, it being just an animal and botanical type of deck. And like I said, this is gonna cost you around 20 bucks on Amazon, and that will all be linked below. Now we're going to move on to Lenormand. All right, so I wanted to start with the cute little Lenormand. This I got this year. It was released this year, and this deck I could not be happier with. Let me just first start off by saying I am not very familiar with Lenormand, but I do like to use it on occasion and had been wanting to get back into the practice of Lenormand, okay? And I found Lenormand pretty strict, you know, and it's funny because I hear tarot readers talk about how strict Lenormand is and vice versa almost. And it's funny because, you know, when you have a deck of oracle cards, you think, oh, well, all shits to the wind because you could do whatever you want pretty much as far as reading style goes. But Lenormand is definitely a system. This deck alone and the amazing creator Sarah M. Lyons, I believe it is, she really opened up my eyes to Lenormand, the big difference between Lenormand and tarot, and how and why to appreciate Lenormand in its own fashion, its own right, okay? And I have to say, this is around $20 even on Amazon. If and it's a look, it's a cute deck too. It's a cute little Lenormand. And if you want to start learning Lenormand, I believe this is a good deck. If you've already learned Lenormand, I believe this is a good deck. And if not just for the deck, for the guidebook alone, this thing is a monster. It reads like a book, but it is so informative, so amazing, and the packaging is adorable. Okay, so here we go. We open it up, and it literally is a full book in here, people. Let me just show you this. This is a full book. Literally. So in the back here, you will see there's so much information in this book. Like I said, I was thoroughly impressed from this guidebook. Like it's crazy. It's got even little journal prompts in the back. Look, even to make your own grand tableau, you could fill it in. It's just, get this one. If you have been on the fence about getting a Lenormand and want to learn, this chick, this Sarah, she just makes it so comprehensible and really walks you through the whole thing. Now, my only if thing is, okay, I think it's cute how the envelope is in the back, and this is where the cards were packaged right here in the back of the book, like an envelope. So it's like book and envelope type thing going on, which is cute. But putting those back in this monstrous book can be difficult. Okay, I'm just going to say that. So that's the only negative I can say. Now I'll let you guys take a quick look at the cards. They are cute. They are semi-glossy. They are a little flimsy. But I will tell you something. These shuffle like a dream, folks. They really do. So it is in traditional esque, you know, Lenormand fashion, but it's cuted up. I like it. It kind of reminds me of like a mix between like the Kawaii tarot and something else I can't think of, but I really like it. And I know this is not tarot, this is Lenormand, like I said, but that's kind of the fun little vibe I get from it. And I love the colors. I have to admit, the Clover, one of my favorite cards. This this deck really made me appreciate and enjoy working with Lenormand again and going through that process. All right, I'll show you a few more cards. And now we are going to, now we're going to move on to the next Lenormand that I wanted to show everyone. Again, this deck right here, that will cost you around $20. That will all be linked down below. I will put all the links for these decks, as many as I can, down below in the description box. All right, so for the last Lenormand deck I wanted to show you guys, this is a Lenormand Fairytale, and it is tin in a box. It is in a tin can, which, I mean, you can't beat that. This will cost you, this was around between $20 and $23, but has recently went on sale that I've seen as low as 15 to 17 bucks. A pretty good deal in my opinion for a Lenormand deck. I like the tin can. You can't beat it. It protects it. One thing I'm going to say right away that I didn't care for is the guidebook, because look, it totally kind of like fell apart on me. Yeah. I don't know if anyone else has done that. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just got a fluke. But that was the only criticism I have of this deck, is that the guidebook was just so flimsy. So this is the Fairytale Lenormand. I really do. I like it. It's a little bit kind of like classic old fashioned, but very pretty cards. Simplistic yet kind of a little bit romantic, even in a sense. Letter, but it definitely goes with the, you know, with that fairy tale theme, but it's almost a bit more realistic, I would say, which isn't anything wrong with that. The bear. And these are numbered as well. And maybe if you're just looking for something different, and you want to, you know, get a new deck, you might be into like that fairy tale kind of regal theme. It's very like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, it's a little like Victorian-esque, but like it's a kind of old-fashioned, you know, like your classic. That's what I would call it. More of a classic feeling Lenormand, classic fairy tale Lenormand. Okay, very cool though. I love the backs of the cards again, and this will cost you around. It's been on sale anywhere between, I want to say, $15 and $17 that I've seen. Okay, again, a cool deck, nice images. This is probably my favorite card right here, the house. So that'll be it for our Lenormand. We're done with our oracle. Now on to our final little extras that I promised everybody for. Okay, everyone, so this is like the extra category. These are some honorable mentions that aren't necessarily oracle cards per se, but have that vibe to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. I want to start with this Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards. These guys are $7 on Amazon. I think I've gotten it maybe even for like one time it was on sale for 6, 7. You're not going to pay more than 8 though. So hello, cha-ching, what a deal. Now I will say this about the Gypsy fortune telling cards: they can be complex in the matter if you do want to read it as it is intended to be. I really do like using these cards, though, I will say, for yes or no readings, because I use the Joker as the indicator for that. So here's just a quick little glimpse. This is the back. And they really do have their own system, their own language to them, quite a bit. They do remind me of Lenormand in the sense that you have